Hi guys, thank you for coming on here today. Today's video is going to be quick, sharp, straight to the point. I'll be giving my take on 7 safe for work fragrances in my opinion. I know 7 seems like a bit of an odd number to use. You know, you find people either doing 5 or 10 or 3, but there's some fragrances I didn't want to leave out. So let's get started. All right, guys. So when we say work here, or when I say work, I mean like your typical corporate office setting, which is the world that I come from. I may not have enough context to talk about like more specialized sectors, you know, things like healthcare, maybe hospitality, etc. I might not have enough context to talk about that. So I'm just limiting this to, you know, your typical corporate organization. You get the picture. All right, guys. So safe for work fragrances, in my opinion, should be light. They should be fresh, moderate to long lasting. They shouldn't be headache inducing. They should have subtle projection, things like that. So obviously, you know, we're talking about like a subtle scent, nothing too overpowering, you know, when we say safe for work. Now that we've cleared that up, in no particular order, I'll start with Giorgio Armani C, and that is this beautiful black bottle we have here. Right, so I've had this in my collection for a while. This is the C Intense Eau de Parfum. This one was introduced in 2014 as the intense version of the original C. So there's black currant, there's mandarin orange, there's bergamot, there's some patchouli. That's what I get from this particular scent. I understand this particular version is discontinued. That's the one in the black bottle. And there are definitely other versions like C Passion, C Fiore, which I'm yet to try. But this one lasts very long. It projects really, really well. But it's subtle. It's toned down enough to not be offensive, if you get what I mean. So it's very feminine in a grown way. And then it lasts really long on me. You know, so for office scent, you obviously want something that sits pretty close to the skin, which I won't say this does, but it's pleasant enough that you smell great to those around you without necessarily overpowering the room with your scent. So it works, in my opinion, I think it works better in colder weather, but you can still use it in warmer weather too because it's not too cloying. You know, so it's just lovely, sweet, somewhat woody fragrance that, in my opinion, is just perfect for work. All right. Remember I said we were going to go straight to the point today. So next one is Chanel Chant or Chant. I don't know. Chanel Chant. I'll call it that. So this is the Eau de Parfum version, and I know that I've done an earlier video where I wasn't too kind to this fragrance, but it does fit my definition of a safe for work fragrance. So Chanel Chance is musky. There's musk, patchouli. It's somewhat powdery in the dry down. You know, there's a hint of vanilla and some white florals as well. You know, so the top note here is pink pepper, though I didn't really feel the spiciness, to be honest, because that's what the pepper is supposed to bring to the fragrance. I didn't feel that, but you know, I think it has a somewhat mild projection and sillage, but then it stays quite linear through the duration of the scent on the skin. So basically what you start with is so similar to what remains in the dry down. So it's pretty balanced, very pretty balanced fragrance, not too much of any note that it becomes polarizing. So you'll smell decent, you smell pleasant enough without imposing your scent on those around you. So I think it definitely ticks all the boxes for a safe for work fragrance. All right, guys. So next up is Morguelan. So this is it. Lovely, lovely bottle. I really love this bottle. So it's the Morguelan Eau de Parfum Intense as well. This one is for the boss lady who still wants to retain her classic femininity. It's floral. You know, there's the lavender, it's sweet with the vanilla, it's woody, it's musky with the sandalwood. you know, and there's also some white musk in there. So there's some patchouli as well, but all these notes I've mentioned just blend so perfectly well that, you know, for me, what I feel when I wear this is some oscillation from sexy to comforting to sexy again to sweet, you know, so it just undulates. It takes you through all those notes and it gives you a very sexy, comforting, but still sweet vibe. I really like this fragrance, you know, and that's what makes it really intriguing in my opinion. That's why I said it makes the statement quite all right, but in the dry down, it sits so close to the skin. So people get a whiff of your scent, but it's not overbearing. You just give off this very warm, approachable, cozy scent, but with a hint of, you know, take it easy. I'm a big girl. I know my stuff, you know, you can come close, but put some respect on my name. That's what this fragrance gives me. I like this for like high profile meetings with clients or board meeting, that sort of thing. Yeah, so that's Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum Intense. Very safe for work, in my opinion. All right, now, so we're down to Lancome Idole. Sorry, it doesn't stand, so I had to lay it flat at the back right here. But this is what it looks like. This is what the juice looks like as well. Very flat, lovely bottle. I'll just stand it up here while I speak about it. Right, so Lancome Idole. This is another one where I think I've reviewed it before. I wasn't quite impressed, you know, the first few times I used it, but I'm talking about it in the context of being safe for work. So I'll come from that angle. Now, this is mainly rose, citrus, jasmine, some vanilla, patchouli, and musk. That's what I get from Lancome Idole. There are other notes, of course, but these are the ones I recognize when I spray it. Definitely sits very close to the skin. It's not a very long-lasting scent on my own skin, to be honest, but the projection and sillage are gentle enough to be safe for work. So it's good for layering as well, I noticed. You can play around this with other fragrances if you will. I know that I've layered this with an oud before, so it came out as this rosy oud mix that it was quite nice in my opinion, but that's like, you know, for another video. Anyway, so Lancome Idole, definitely light, fresh, clean, but it's a bit sweet, but it's muted enough to be safe for work, in my opinion. It's very convenient to keep in your bag. See how flat it is. You can just slip it into your bag. So I think that's a plus as well for this. But bear in mind that you're going to have to respray a number of times. So maybe that's why it's even so convenient to put in your bag. I'm being nasty here, sorry. But you get what I mean. It's very convenient. You can carry it everywhere. It's very mild, sits close to the skin. It's good for work. All right. So we now have Dolce and Gabbana, the only one. Look at it. I've spoken about this a number of times. This is another very lovely fragrance. I absolutely love Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. It's fantastic. This one, I always say, is class and sophistication in a bottle. It has some floral, I think it's bergamot. So there's the floral, there's coffee, there's vanilla and patchouli. So it feels floral, fresh. But it also has a bit of the gourmand at the same time. Maybe the coffee and vanilla, or the coffee gives it that feel, in my opinion. So it's really cozy and it's pleasant and I love it. It's a very, just picture, very nice, good girl, lovely pantsuit, her hair nicely laid, muted makeup, but climbing that career ladder so fast. I love it. I love this fragrance. Honestly, it's very great for the office. I wear it often to work myself, so I'm talking from experience. I love it. Love, love, love it. Very safe for work. Consider it. Prada La Femme. This one reminds me so much of Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. Look at the juice in here. I love this bottle as well. I always say it's so sturdy, so solid. It's fantastic. I like it. So Prada La Femme is Prada La Femme, another lovely fragrance for work. It reminds me of D&G, the only one, like I said. In my opinion, they both evoke similar feelings in me, and I find them to be, I find them to be like in the same class when it comes to sophistication. This one is floral, it's woody, it's a bit sweet and earthy at the same time. I think there's ylang ylang in here, there's frangipani. It has some vanilla, tuberose, jasmine, and orange blossom. These are the notes I remember for this fragrance. It's really well blended though. It's mature and sophisticated and luxurious all at once. So, when I say mature, I don't mean it in a stuffy way. I mean it's mature in a very relatable way. I love it for work. It gives me this very serious aura that I like. I dare say that this is likely to it would appeal more to people or women in their 30s, maybe from 35 and above. I think, it's not juvenile at all. Like I said, it's a bit mature, but in a good way. So again, as with Dolce and Gabbana, the only one, it's soft, it's feminine, it's unlikely to be offensive, and the lasting power is very great on me. But it also sits close enough to the skin so you can smell it on yourself for sure, and those around you would also get a whiff of your scent, but it's in a very mild, subtle way. So this gives me powerful CEO, designer outfits and accessories, walking the corridor with our head held high. I love this fragrance. I love it. I love it. And I can safely say that it's perfect for work. Prada La Femme. All right, guys. Finally, we've come to the last one. That's Black Opium Floral Shock. So this is Black Opium Floral Shock. This is one of the flankers of this range. This is floral, coffee, some citrus, some spice. So it starts with some pear and some freesia, lemon and bergamot in the opening. And so that gives it a sweet floral citrusy feel. And then you have some coffee and musk at the base. So I mentioned in an earlier review that this feels like vanilla latte sometimes when it dries down. Is either that or like milky tea, either of the two. So it just feels very milky tea like in the dry down, and I really love that scent. It's sweet, but it's not sickeningly sugary, and that sweetness gives it the air of femininity. The coffee and vanilla give it a lot of warmth and character. So in all, I also think it's another very well balanced scent in my opinion. So picture feminine, independent woman who's not afraid to be sexy, but she can stand her own if need be. Yeah. So that's Black Opium by YSL. I mean, I have so much love for the Black Opium range, and I think this particular one is so versatile that you can tone it down for work, you can, step it up, amp it up for a date night. You can pretty much play around it as you please, to be honest. The longevity is average, the projection and sillage are good, but they're subtle enough for the workplace, again, in my opinion. I love it very much. Yes, so we've come to the end, guys. These are my fragrances that I think tick all the boxes in terms of the attributes required for like office worthy perfumes. I think this can be safely worn to work. You won't offend anyone around you. You smell very good. You give off a very nice aura depending on the perfume, because of course each perfume has what it brings in terms of the aura and all of that. So I love them for work, and I'm very interested in knowing if you agree with me, or if you have, other fragrances that you think fit this bill as well. Please recommend, comment, like, share the video, subscribe if you love the content. And hopefully, guys, I see you on my next video. Take care and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.